Hello, I'm Armando Cuervo. I'm your friendly neighborhood Toastmaster, Dungeon Master, Gentleman Gamer, Kung Fu martial artist, and enthusiast of wrestling, anime, Asian dramas, and other geeky stuff. And I welcome you to Gentlemen of Action. Now, this is week 1 of my ongoing series, which I have titled Gentlemen of Business, where I talk about the building of my brand, Gentlemen of Action. Now, I wish to use this series as a weekly series, hopefully if the government doesn't shut me down, because, well, things are happening. But that's just it. I want to use this as a status update or scoring card of what's going on with the Gentlemen of Action brand, where I will talk about current projects, current events, business topics, self-improvement tips, and basically just looking into what goes into making this brand the brand that I want it to be. Now, I also want to use this as a series where I talk about future ideas and just for the fun of it, talk about my hobbies, such as a book I'm reading, a movie I'm watching, a series I'm watching, video games I'm playing. Basically, I just want to use it as a way to, once again, keep a constant communication between myself and you. So, without further ado, let's start this week, which is week 1 of Gentlemen of Business. And this week on Weekly Updates, I just finished recording my reboot video for the channel, and I look to film even more, assuming my voice doesn't give out. Now, I do try to record in bulk because it's just much more efficient. There's some guys or gals on the YouTube that can film every single day, and you know what? Good for them, but not me, because I'm a one-man show, and I think it's kind of tough considering my current obligations. But then again, life is tough. Only because it's tough for me doesn't mean it's not tough for you. Only because I have an ambition to do this, this, and this, and you have your own ambitions to do this, this, and this. It doesn't mean that my life is tougher than yours, and because of that, I deserve a break over you. The truth is, life is tough for everybody. So I'm just going to get over it. And I'm going to just say that right now I'm in the mode of recording videos. I put my little microphone over there, my computer's over there. My screen is right in front of me with the camera pointing at me. Now I'm giving away the ghost of how this all works. But I'm eventually going to, after I'm done with these videos, conserve my voice and fix this office because it's a freaking disaster area right now. I mean, I got my tea under here where it has like ginger and lemon. My water's here, half open pack of Pop-Tarts over there. Again, I'm giving away the ghost, but such is life. But here's what I want to give as a takeaway in order to make life less tough for you. So if you're a content creator and you're looking to make sure that you're making the best use of your time, I will give you the advice of that whatever you come up with, make sure that you have at least 2 uses for it in order to do it. And this is what I mean. I'm looking to, as for example, build up a batch of blog posts in order to add them into my Gentlemen of Action website, which will launch eventually. Now, once again, I'm a one-man show, and it's tough for me, but here's what I'm trying to say. This video that I came up with has a lot of content. And after I came up with this scripting and I came up with this content, I'm going to film it and put it on this platform. But my goal is to not just use the ideas I generated from this and keep it on the platform and that's it. What I'm looking to do is make it into a blog post. And I would make other blog posts that are also made up of the scripts I've written, my YouTube ideas, my courseworks, and other general stuff that I just came up with. But the purpose of all this is, once again, making as much content with the same ideas, knowing that you're going to have to appeal to multiple audiences in different platforms. Only because I put it on YouTube, it doesn't mean that anybody who goes to my website, which will eventually happen, hopefully, or someone goes to my Skillshare, or somebody goes to my, do I even have a Twitter? I don't think I have a Twitter. Do I have Facebook? I have a Facebook. Okay, so if I make something on Facebook, or if I put something on one platform, I should have multiple ways to use that same content, where I don't have to come up with a wheel every time. All I'm doing is using my ideas and coming up with at least 2 uses for them. And with that, you can, again, create more content with the same ideas. That's a good way to work smarter, not harder, because life is tough. Why work so hard when you can, again, make it just a little bit easier and still provide more value? This week on What is Happening Now, assuming that you're watching this in a timely manner, there's a pandemic going on right now with something called the coronavirus, or COVID-19, or CV-19. I mean, there's many different names for it, but basically what's happening is that several states have entered or are currently in quarantine or lockdown. And there's a lot of changes happening right now as far as the regulations and our normal way of life. And the economy has been severely affected and unemployment is way up, though the stock market has gone up also. So I wonder why that is. But truth be told, I actually have my own reasons or my own thoughts on that, but that would be for another video another time. I just want to give my take on this is that I just hope that this ends very soon and that we can go back to a normal life where I can go to my favorite Cuban restaurant and just, order a plate of black rice and beans with pork and drink my guarapo, which is sugarcane juice. But as much as I like to say that, I can honestly say that I think our lives socially may never be the same after this, and that's kind of unfortunate. And the economy, though it will recover, it may recover a little bit more slowly than what we would hope for. But there is a very positive note from all this, is that people are now washing their hands even more than ever, which prior to this, many people thought I was kind of a weirdo because I excessively washed my hands. But that'll show you guys, because Armando was a visionary. He was washing his hands before it was cool. But all joking aside though, I am very fortunate for still having my primary job and be considered essential, whatever that means. And I do understand the fear of health impacts but I also know the economic impacts, which are just equally as severe as the health problems that can be caused by this. But I think there has to be a legitimate conversation about the balance of determining when to reopen and how long to stay closed. Because though this is a very scary thing, this is a very worthwhile conversation to have. But we're not going to have this conversation today. But I do have one really good recommendation for you. My manly recommendation this week is to get off that social media and stop watching the news and instead focus on creating something. Because there is so much literal pessimism in the social media and the news that looking at it is just depressing and demoralizing. Instead, cultivate your mind a bit by just getting a new book, listen to a new podcast, maybe take an online course, or play that RPG that you have been not playing on the PlayStation 4 or Nintendo Switch because it will require you to actually read. Or better yet, why don't you create a blog or a YouTube channel? Or maybe your own online course. And speaking of online courses, time for some shameless marketing. I am an instructor on Skillshare.com, where I teach several courses on public speaking. Support me while learning something awesome by using my referral link for 2 free months on the platform. And full disclosure, I have been a consumer of Skillshare.com for well over 2 years, and I use it as an outlet to both learn and teach others public speaking. Now, I'm going to be a realist and accept that many of you may not be working or you are in a difficult situation that is not exactly a solid foundation for creating something. And I hope that you get through this ordeal and foolishness really quickly. But remember that staying positive and making the best of a difficult situation is what leaders do. It's also what winners do. It's what successful people do. Albeit, I find myself fighting that same urge to not complain. And sometimes I succumb to it, and like a human being, I complain about stuff as well. But I gotta remember to always count my blessings, realizing that there are a lot more people who are in worse shape than myself, and that I should always try to fight that urge to complain and instead focus on building myself up as well as building others up. And there you have it, the Gentleman of Business wrap-up for this week. Hope to see you every week or every other week, depending on if the government lets me work or not, or shuts me down. And if you'd like a particular business or improvement topic discussed during one of my segments or videos, please leave it in the comments below and I'll make sure to read it and incorporate it further. Now, if you didn't like my snarky remarks about the competitors of PlayStation or Nintendo, I'm just saying that those competitors should really just make more JRPGs. Just saying, that's all you have to do. But you choose not to. And because of that, I'm not going to buy you. You know who you are. And if you like what I do here and want to support me further, please check out the description below for more ways on how to do just that. So remember, when I see you in the next video, make sure that I see you with gentleman style.